Karma! Adino? Hegano segamos. Friend. Sha! Ikale? Karama. Troshi kalimo. Boshanka. Good. Trosi kalimo. So, most people think that bugs are weird, creepy, or gross. However, I, John Hornet Silksong, will not stand for bigotry of this kind. Because I'm a bigot? That can't be. Let me see that. Oh. Damn. So, in Silksong, you play as me, John Hornet Silksong, a demigod hunter who is captured and taken off to a faraway land. Fighting and exploring as well as collecting friends, techniques, and tools, all in the name to put down the most dangerous beast of all, capitalism. Also, there's like a magic song that controls people or something, I don't really know. Silksong is the peakest modern Metrovania. Now, what is a Metrovania, first of all? Metrovanias are a genre of game based on the two games in its namesake, Metroid and Castlevania. They involve like a really large map with tons of hidden secrets to find, as well as emphasizing their platforming equally with its combat systems. Now, Skong specifically throws that all into a blender with the Dark Souls formula with difficult bosses like Moss Mother or Lace, or even that horrible, horrible creature, Savage Beastfly. Now, how do you fight these terrible people? With your trusty needle, of course. When you silk your song, you strike enemies with it, building up a meter known as silk, and once you reach 9 notches, you can consume all of them to heal with the binding ability. Now, it's not about the size of the weapon, of course, it's about how you shmoove with it, and shmoove, you do. You slowly learn more movement abilities throughout the game, letting you run around enemies and unlock new areas of the map, such as wall jumps, dashes, and glides.
Garama!
So one play pattern I noticed that changed from the original Hollow Knight is that feeling of aggression and the idea of being like a huntress. And that feeling of like fast, poignant aggression is conveyed through... Firstly, the change to Pogo. With your base crest, instead of having a vertical slashing down attack, you have a dive kick instead, which forces you forward into enemies and most dangerous situations. The second thing is the changes to healing. In Hollow Knight, you are looking for opportunities to heal at any time, while in Silksong, because you need a full bar of silk to heal, you are forced way more to lock in and get those last few hits in to get access to your heal. And finally, with the idea of being a huntress, it's found through each of the bosses teaching you something while fighting them. Then the next one beats your ass and you still use that same strategy. This forces you to consistently switch up your moveset to exploit specific patterns from the boss. And I really like this because from the first game, there really wasn't that much build diversity late in the game. So it's really refreshing being forced to change loadouts each boss fight. Fire Emblem's biggest aesthetic is suffering. Pure and utter suffering. Imagine your wallet. Yeah, I know it's empty, we're all broke college students. What would you feel in that moment? Hopelessness? Despair? The guilty joy of not being a jobber? We'll take all that pain and desperation you feel and multiply it by 10,000%.
then you might feel a glimpse of what it's like living for one day in Farloom.
I don't care that the bosses nuke me for half my health in one hit. I don't care that Hunter's March was a sadist but dream. I don't care that Team Cherry vanished off the face of the earth for 6 years. But the only reason this Radiant's Forsaken game costs only $20 is because you pay the rest of that cost with your sanity! Like a devil reaching their hand out at you for a handshake, they charmed us with temptation of a good game in the year of our Lord 2025. Now, how do they simulate the US economy so well?
The first factor that ruins the economy is the division of rosaries and shell shards. This by itself really wouldn't do anything, but the fact that the opportunities to earn currency was not doubled to make up for it just makes you poor in both. Also, one of these currencies, rosaries, is just much more useful than the other, so it makes it feel way worse when you overwhelmingly are rich in one currency and poor in the other. The second factor that ruins the economy is that everyone else is also broke. Like, only half the enemies in this game drop rosaries, the good currency, cause the rest of them are too stupid to get a job and make cash. Also, unlike the first game, bosses never really drop any money, and also for no reason, the arena enemies never drop any money as well, which creates this sense of disconnect because when you fight the same enemies outside the arena, they do end up dropping money. And the third factor that ruins the economy, the true villain of everything and everyone, is the Farloom IRS. Everything costs money. Your fast travel, your maps, opening doors, benches? Now this alone wouldn't have been causing the issue, but so often these dissatisfying moments come up where you get to a place, get scammed by some horrible thing, and then you can't afford the map or the next item you really, really need.
Now, let me tell you a tale of being homeless in the Citadel. But be warned, you might shit yourself from how terrifying the story may be.
Be me. I just got beaten to death by the boss protecting the entrance into the Citadel of Farloom. I died on one of my runbacks, so I have no more money. Then I wake up in a random room with 2 things to buy. A bench and something unknown. Okay, weird, I guess. I am fighting for my life against these minimum wage workers to steal their hard-earned money. I'm fighting tooth and nail for each one of these rosaries. I walk back and purchase my bench. Thank goodness I can rest and relax for the first time. I get off the bench ready to continue exploring. But wait, I need to go change out my loadout to my exploring equipment. And as I turn around to see the bench, I see something, I witness something so horrible, I piss myself. The bench snaps shut and vanishes. Those hard, stolen rosaries I spent 30 minutes grinding for, gone in the blink of an eye. Now, because I am a super
Hakana Sagamos.
Now, is Silksong a bad game? No, of course not. It's been literally the most fun I've had in a single player game in years. Nothing beats that satisfaction when all of your careful planning and builds pay off. And the gameplay is smooth, and once you learn it, you feel like this hyper-precise predator, dissecting all of these bosses. But that feeling of permeating capitalism, never before have I felt like the seductive allure of communism until I entered that one area in Act 2. Oh my goodness!
What did I learn about myself and the world? Number 1. mental endurance, being able to know when to quit and strategize on tasks. Number 2, we are all Hornet Silksong. Like, obviously, like, you get this already, like, there's no elaboration needed. And number 3 is a bit of a sadder note. But in real life, there is a huge bias against people who are unhoused, specifically in America with their concept of anti-homeless architecture. Every year it costs taxpayers $31,000 to criminalize one person for being unhoused, whether that's through enforcement of unconstitutional anti-panhandling laws, hostile architecture, police raids on homeless encampments, and just general harassment. In comparison, the cost of providing them with supporting housing which they need is just $10,000 per year. This is 3 times more of our money spent just to hurt other people whose only crime is not having enough of it. So why should the government be able to spend our money on just harming people who are down on their luck over just giving them the help that they need?
I, John Hornet Silksong, have a wish to change this world, where you don't have to spend $1 billion on a bench that just shuts down, or the opening of a door to a shop, or even the poor public transportation system. And I hope that one day you'll have that wish too.
Galen negosa. Dros. Get down! Hakana sagamos.
合わせたことを私今も悔やんでいる
La fenuvenido.
二人はシンパシー感じてた
Garama!
昼下がりの中テラスあの日電話が
Galen negosa. Dros.
海になったの
Drosik halimo.
あの人と別れてと彼女から
Hakana sagamos.